Have you lost faith in the military commanders?
I have great faith in the military. I have great faith in certain of the commanders, certainly, but I have no faith in Hillary Clinton or the leadership. You look at what's happened, and, you know, when she comes in and starts saying, oh, I would have done this, I would have... She's been there for 30 years. I mean, we need change, Matt. We have to have it, and we have to have it fast.
And he reiterated no faith in Obama or the generals working with Obama because he's not listening to them anyway. Here with us, Dr. Sebastian Gorka, retired Lieutenant General Michael Flynn. I want to put emphasis on this. You disagreed with Obama. You were pushed aside. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, I write about it.
So the good generals are kicked out.
I mean, part of this is that it's this whole notion of the ideology, the radical Islamist ideology that we know, and those of us in the intelligence community, those of us in the military know this is what we're facing. We've been fighting them. I've sat across these guys in interrogations. I know exactly what I'm talking about here. What Donald Trump said tonight is that he has enormous respect for those that are serving in the military. He said that repeatedly,
and that's being ignored by the media.
The American public are not that dumb, Sean.
So this is very key to me, though. You had a contrarian view. You believe we can defeat ISIS. Yeah. You have a plan. Dr. Gorka has a plan, but they wouldn't listen to you, and you're out.
Yeah, and I think that the other thing,
what does that leave?
Yeah, well, you know, the part of the problem is that inside of the military right now, I know that their hands are tied. I mean, it's like the Border Patrol that has come out and said, hey, we support Donald Trump because these are law enforcement and military professionals.
Hands are tied.
Their hands are tied. I mean, come on.
He's the commander-in-chief.
We're talking about ISIS, an enemy that can be beaten. No enemy is unbeatable. All
right, let me bring Dr. Gorka in. His story, if you don't mind me using you, General, here, is crucial to Trump's comments here. And it puts context and texture to the entire answer. And if his hands were tied and he's thrown out for being contrarian, that tells me Obama's not listening to anybody but his own arrogant, radical self. And that's where the problem comes in.
Sean, it's the echo chamber, okay? It's very important to listen to what happened to the general. The general was the director of the Defense Intelligence Agency, the highest-ranking military intelligence professional in America, who was never invited to meet the commander-in-chief. This is the man who revolutionized our intelligence gathering in Afghanistan when General Flynn was responsible in Afghanistan for intelligence. You need to listen to what he's saying. The viewers need to understand what the general said is absolutely true. There is no enemy America cannot defeat. But we have to have a president who believes we are at war and wants to defeat our enemies.
But that didn't come up tonight, Dr. Gorka. I didn't hear Hillary challenged on why she can't utter the phrase radical Islam. I think that's crucial if you're going to fight them, right?
It was a dog and pony show, Sean. You have to look at the Philadelphia speech. Donald Trump's Philadelphia speech laid down the reality. The cuts in the Army, the cuts in the Navy.
Let me ask this question. If Hillary is going to admit that wars are politicized, oops, made a mistake, sorry your kid's dead, and we do the same thing in Vietnam, does America need to invest strategically and tactically in the notion that we're not going to send kids door to door like we did in Iraq without up-armored Humvees getting their legs blown off or blown to smithereens? And is there a new way to fight wars without putting these kids on the ground? General.
Yeah, so I would love to hear Sebastian Gorka's answer on this too. But so the answer, short answer is yes. The longer answer is we have to give the resources that our commanders need.
And the sequester.
And in terms of building up our military readiness, I mean, people should go and listen to what Donald Trump said today in Philadelphia.
All right, we're running out of time. Dr. Gorka, do we need strategic tactical shifts to ensure the safety of brave men and women when politicians are going to say, oops, sorry, your kid's dead, I made a mistake?
Read Field of Fight by the general. Check out my book, Defeating Jihad. But most important of all, the rules of engagement have to be changed. Well, our guys are handicapped right now.
All right, guys, thank you all for being with us. General, always good to see you. Dr. Gorka, thank you. Coming